Okay, I don't know if I'll ever develop a following on YouTube for my videos. I hope I can, I hope I do. But this video needs making. A great many of the standards which form the foundation of any civilization, but I'm going to refer specifically to British civilization, but it does extend to what we call the West. And indeed, I can only speak from experience of my own culture, but I am aware that other cultures have the same standards, and those standards are being eroded badly. And in particular, what I want to make a video about today is the way that youngsters are being treated and the way that they are being encouraged to behave. Now, I'm 43. Am I representative of everyone in my country? Not necessarily, but I do carry the spirit of my country in me, and that's 100% certain. There are different types of English people, and I have to include Scots and Welsh people, and even Northern Irish people, because we're all under the British banner. But I can't speak about the Scots and the Welsh. They do have a different character, but ultimately we have a lot of similarities. I don't know quite where I was going with this, but the point is, it's tricky to speak about British or English culture. A lot of the time I just talk about English culture, because I suppose that's the language that we share, and it's easier to say things that way. British, English, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's close enough. So if I offend anyone, I'm sorry. The point is that we have standards, and we've always had standards. And when I speak on these things, I'm absolutely certain and positive that what I'm saying is true. Otherwise I wouldn't say it. Or I would issue some caveat to say I'm not sure about this. Kids are being encouraged to believe that they're equal to adults. I would presume this is being done through the media, perhaps even through the education system. Certainly it's a knock-on effect of the destruction of the family, which is precipitated by feminism. When I speak to a youngster and I inform them that what they're doing is unacceptable or wrong, I'm met with the kind of reaction that I would expect from a peer. That is, someone my own age. And that's not how a child should behave. That's not how a younger person should behave to an older person. And I have to tell these kids, you can't speak to an adult man like that. You can't. And they do take it on board, because they know it's the truth. It hits something inside them. They know it's the truth, and they adapt, and they're like, oh, okay, I understand. But they have to be told it. But the problem is they're not being told it. And this is a big problem. Now, every child or every youngster, when told respect your elders, has no clue what it means. If they are raised that way, then they have at least a kind of habit of doing so. But at the moment, there is so much what you might call liberalism all over our society, which is, oh, there's a rule, oh, there's a standard, oh, there's a tradition, let's just destroy it. It's disgusting. And one of the problems is that kids are not being raised properly. How are they going to be raised properly? They don't have a mother and a father in the home. And the mother is being taught that she is the victim of the man, the male, the husband, whatever, and that she is the primary, and the man is told, don't say anything, you're wrong, you're an abuser, or such. This is complete garbage. Complete and utter garbage. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it anymore. Our society is being pulled apart at the seams. We can all see it. And it can be fixed, repaired, held together, and strengthened. But we need to actively do so, which means we must absolutely, completely and utterly reject feminism. Because it's poisonous and toxic to everything around us. No matter how it's dressed up as some wonderful thing that's freeing people, it's not. It's pure destruction. And women are targeted with this. And emboldened and empowered, right? And men are being discouraged. How disgusting. I'm sick to death of seeing men routinely walking around pushing pushchairs with children in, with babies or whatever in. You can say what you like. It's ridiculous. And it's a symptom of this problem. A man will stand there walking with this pushchair with a baby in, and the woman will be walking along beside him like as if she doesn't really know what to do, because she knows it's her position to do that. You can't say that. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. In all human cultures, the woman looks after the children, not the man. The man leads the family, so that the woman is able to look after the kids. And I don't care. You can say what you like. I've watched my society be destroyed enough. I will not go along with that nonsense anymore. This all has to be completely and utterly reversed, put back to normal. And it can be, and it will be. Children should be raised. I don't have kids yet, but I will have kids and I'll be a damned good father. But kids should be raised so that they show respect to their elders. They don't treat an adult as if they're the same. That mustn't happen. It's degrading to society. It's degrading to the person they're talking to. It's disgusting. That doesn't mean the child should be in mortal fear, but they should have a mixture of fear and respect for their elders. Absolutely. And if you want to bleat about how that's, oh, it's terrible and abusive, I'll tell you this. If you think that there's something wrong with disciplining a child, then you are wrong. One of the effects of mass immigration to our country, which will be completely and utterly undone, is that we're coming into contact with people from other cultures. And if you think they've got a moment's hesitation disciplining their own kids, you're much mistaken. And their kids know respect, and they grow up to be functional adults who are respectful of the society they live in. Look at the people in our country. Look how they're turning out. And it's purely because of a lack of discipline, a lack of respect. It's not being they're not being taught it. Children nowadays are stuffed in front of a television or a laptop or a telephone or one of these things that you can call a phone, but which is a disaster. And they're just left. They're not being given parenting. They're not being told what to do and what not to do. They don't even play outside anymore. No. This has to stop. I am not the only person who sees this. Who sees that basically society is moving in a direction of oblivion. And I didn't want to see this and have to spread the word on this. But I have to. I didn't want to. I've got other stuff to do. I've got my own life to live. But it seems it falls to people like me to fix this kind of thing. I won't allow it to continue. Not at all. I'm going to devote my life to fixing it. And that's responsibility, and we should all do that. But it seems that we just need leaders. So I'll be a leader. Fine. Does that mean I'm perfect? Nope. But it means that I'm focused on doing the right thing. Some people won't take initiative. I will. And I know there are other people too who will do the same. I make this video to let other people know they're not alone. These problems are a daily occurrence. So when a kid talks to me as if I'm their equal, I'm now presented with the challenge, okay, how do I put them in their place? Sometimes I'm very forthright with that kid. Sometimes I feel I have to be a little bit gentle with the way I talk to them about it. But they all have to be taught to respect their elders. Even I, at 43, will respect my elders. It's natural and it's necessary. It doesn't mean that what the person's saying is always right, but it's part of the fabric of society, showing that kind of respect. And as for feminism, I was raised with this weird mantra, show respect to women. No, I won't blanketly show respect to women. In fact, women should show respect to men because of what we go through on their behalf to provide for them. Even though at the moment it seems that women are being put into a position where they can do everything and that everything's done for them by the state. They can have a child and then the father doesn't need to be there. It's a joke. And it destroys families and it destroys children's upbringings. But men are also not being put in positions where responsibility is expected of them. This is a destructive menace that's happened to our society. So no, I'm not going to blanketly show women respect. I'll show a woman courtesy if she's a woman. But if she's behaving as if in this weird twisted manner, as if she's been conditioned to be a man, no way. Because she's not behaving as a woman. A man cannot respect a woman who doesn't behave like a woman. The same as a woman cannot respect a man who doesn't behave like a man. So that mantra is gone. Carries no weight. Everything in society has to be put back the way it was, because there's been an active campaign to destroy the values that built the society and upon which it relies. The foundations of society, and they are respect, custom, etiquette, tradition. Not false representations of it, but genuine, authentic ones. Authentic instances of these things, and we need to build. I'm tired of seeing what I see, and I'm going to do what I can, everything I need to change it. I know other people will too. This is a serious thing, very serious. Foreigners come to this country, they look around themselves, they don't know what the heck they're looking at. And you know what? I tend to agree, so we need to fix it.